Hello all, welcome to another session in this course. As part of this session, I am going to cover the next topic in JavaScript, that is emptying an array in JavaScript. How to empty an array in JavaScript is the topic. So if you want to empty an array in JavaScript, here we need to remove all the elements, okay? It means that we have to remove all the elements from the array and make it empty. So there are multiple ways using which we can empty an array in JavaScript. So let me demonstrate one by one. Okay, for that I'll go to this Visual Studio Code and create here a new JavaScript file. I'll simply say empty-array.js, and here let me create an array. Let AR is equal to 9576, like this, some elements I gave. Okay, here if I print this array, the array will have all these four elements, right? Array will have all these four elements. Let's go here and take terminal and simply say, okay, node space empty hyphen array dot js. When I run this, you see, uh, complete array, all the elements of the array got printed. This array at this point of time is not an empty array. It has some elements. So what is the way to empty an array? In order to empty an array, one of the ways you have to set the length of this array to 0. AR dot length is equal to 0. The moment you set the length of the array to 0, all the elements in the array will be automatically removed and array will become empty. Because the size of the array is 0 means, length of the array is 0 means, no elements will be there. Just by using the statement known as AR.length and setting it to 0, the array will become empty. Okay, even though there are four elements, but you are setting the length of the array to 0. Here, when you print array, no elements like 9576 will be printed here, and instead an empty array will be printed. When I run this, you see, empty array got printed. So we have removed all the elements in the array, that is, we have emptied an array. This is one of the way of emptying an array in JavaScript. This is one way. What are the other ways? Let me comment this part. Okay, let me comment this part. What are the other ways? In order to, okay, empty an array in JavaScript, we have to remove all the elements, right? This is one of the way. Other way is to assign an empty array. Okay, if you assign an empty array to this existing array like this, initially you initialize this array with these values. It's not an empty. But in the next statement, same array you are assigning with empty square brackets. That means you are updating the array with an empty array. Okay, this way also the array will get emptied. All the elements of the array will get removed. Okay, this one way, ar.length is equal to 0 is one way, or ar is equal to empty array also will empty an array. If I run this code, you see, it is also resulting in an empty array. Okay, these are the two ways, guys. Okay, these are the two ways of emptying an array. Okay, let me just keep it down somewhere. Okay, so I showed you the two ways of emptying an array in JavaScript. The third way here is, okay, the third way here is I need to use a method that I can use with arrays to remove the last element, okay, last element from the array. If I say ar.pop, what will happen? If I say ar.pop and print this array, what will happen? The last element of the array will be removed and 957 will be there. Okay, if I run this, you see that complete array will not be emptied. Rather, last element of the array will be removed. It's clear, and run this code. And you see, only 957 are there. Again, if I use ar.pop for second time, what will happen? If I use ar.pop for second time, here 7 also will get removed. In the remaining array, elements 957 are there, right? In that 7 also will be removed. So 95 will be printed this time. Because you are popping two times. And there are two more times I need to pop, right? So ar.pop, ar.pop. All the elements of the array will be removed, right? But what if the size of the array is not 4? Depending on the number of elements in the array, that many numbers I need to pop. To make this simple, right here, I need to pop how many times? Depending on the size of the array. If the size of the array is 4, I need to pop 4 times. While, okay, while ar.length, okay, while ar.length, I'll simply say ar.pop. How does it work? How does this work? Let me tell you. You see, first of all, the size of the array is how much? 4. 4. Here 4. While 4. Yes. while for a positive number. Okay, while for, if you give AR dot length, if it is a positive number, the while loop will iterate, guys. Okay. If it is like a valid number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, it will iterate. Okay. So we'll go inside that AR dot pop will do what? It will remove the last one. Okay. It will remove the last element. Then again the control will come here. AR dot length will become how much? 3. Okay. This element already got removed. So size of the current array is 3. Since 3 is there, again AR dot pop. Okay. Then AR dot length will become 2. Again, we'll go inside AR dot pop will remove this element also. Then AR dot length will become 1. While 1 will go inside the loop, AR dot pop will remove this element also. Now AR dot length will become 0. 0 will be considered as false and will come out of the loop. That's how it will work. Okay. So here, you know, by using this logic also, I can empty all the elements of the array in a logical manner. You see, the array got emptied. Okay. This is another way. This is another way to empty an array in JavaScript. Okay. This is also done. Next here is, I can also use a method known as shift, which will remove the element from the beginning. Okay, here I can say ar.shift. So if I say ar.shift, in this 9576, 576 will be remaining and 9 will be removed from the beginning. Okay, if I run this code, you see that 576 will be there, 9 got removed. Again, if I use ar.shift, what will happen? Here 957 will be removed, 76 will be remaining. Okay, 76 will be printed. The array will be printed. Like that, I need to use this ar.shift how many times? Depending on how many elements are in the array are there, 4 times. The same way, the way you have used pop, right? Pop was removing from the ending. Shift will remove the elements from the beginning of the array. So here, what I will do here is while ar.length, I'll write ar.length, same logic I'll write. The same logic that I have used with pop, I'll use with shift. Either you can use this way also to empty all the elements in the array. Okay, this loop will iterate 4 times until this length becomes 0. When it becomes 0, will come out of the loop and by the time the array will become empty. Just run this, you see, the empty array got printed. So this is another way of, emptying an array in JavaScript. This is another way. Now, you see, there is another way. That is, there's one more way also that you can use. That is, we can use one of the method with method of the arrays, that is filter method. Okay. I covered this method in one of the previous sessions, guys. Okay. As part of one of the previous sessions, I covered this method. This particular method will, for each and every element in the array, it will call a function. Based on the condition, it will filter the elements. Okay. For example, if I write like this, for each and every element in the array, okay, if I say E divided by 2 is equal to 0. Okay. If you are dividing 2 by 0, if it is equal to 0, that elements only will be filtered. That elements, okay, I have to simply say, here I need to say AR is equal to like that, something I have to say, okay. That elements will be added to the array and remaining all elements will be removed. Okay. Remaining all elements will be removed from the array. Fine. So instead of writing this logic, I'll be writing like, to empty all the elements in the array, I need to iterate for each and every element of the array. And by default, I need to set it to false. The condition I need to set to false. The result of the condition I need to, by default, set it to false. Once I set it to false, what will happen? Once I set it to false, what will happen? For each and every element, false will be returned. So no elements will be stored into the array. So array will become empty. Simple array. In this resultant array or the same updated array, the array will become empty, guys. Okay. So let's run this and see what is happening. You see, array become empty. This is another logic of, making the array empty. Okay. So these are the multiple ways of emptying an array in JavaScript, guys. What is the best way out of all these ways? What is the best way and easiest way? Is by setting the length to 0. Okay. ar.length is equal to 0. If you set, you can set the, you can make the, you can remove all the elements of the array, that is emptying an array, with the help of ar.length. What about this way? If what will happen if I assign an empty array and emptying an array? This is not good. There is a reason. There is a reason, guys. So let me give you the reasons what will happen. If let's say if I say let br is equal to another array I'll create, and if I assign like this, okay. Let's say let ar is equal to like this I give, let br is equal to ar if I say. And now if I say ar dot length is equal to 0, this array will become empty, right? And also if you are assigning this array to another array, okay, that array also will become empty. Okay. So if I print either AR or BR, not only the original array, but also the array which is actually referencing to this original array also will get empty. Okay. When I print AR and BR, it will become empty. You see, both are empty. AR and BR both are empty. But what if instead of using this AR dot length, if I use AR is equal to, if I assign AR is equal to empty array, what will happen? The original array will get emptied, but this referenced array, okay, newly created array with help of AR will not get become empty. When I print BR will still consist of 9576. You see, BR still consists of, this is the difference between of using either AR dot length or AR is equal to, there is a difference, right? So, so it's recommended to use AR dot length so that not only the original array, the array which is assigned, array object which is referred by other array also will become empty. But if you are using, AR is equal to empty square brackets, in that case, the original array only will get emptied, the referencing array. Okay, the referencing array will not become empty. So depending on your requirements, you have to use it, guys. Okay, but these are the different ways. So it's recommended to use this one, guys. AR dot length is equal to is the easiest way. Okay, and recommended way of emptying an array in JavaScript. If you want to empty or remove all the elements of an array in JavaScript, though there are multiple ways, it is recommended to use AR dot length is equal to 0 to empty all the elements in the array. Okay, you see the array got emptied. So hope, guys, I think this is all about the emptying an array in JavaScript, guys. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.